I was sitting in the back of the auditorium during our community board meeting when I saw the councilman, Mr. Henderson, accept an envelope from the lead developer we were supposed to be protesting. They were in the shadowed hallway behind the stage, thinking everyone was already focused on the opening remarks, but I saw the exchange through the gap in the heavy velvet curtains. I have spent 2 years volunteering my time to protect our local park from being turned into a luxury parking lot, and Henderson had been our biggest advocate in public. Seeing him tuck that thick envelope into his jacket pocket felt like a cold blade sliding between my ribs, a silent and absolute end to the trust I had placed in our local government. Henderson had stood on our porches, drank our coffee, and promised us that he would fight the zoning change until his last breath. We had raised money for his campaign and organized the neighborhood to ensure he got elected, believing he was one of us. I realized in that moment that all the passion and hard work we had poured into the community was just leverage for him to increase the price of his bribe. He walked onto the stage 5 minutes later with a wide, fake smile and started talking about finding a middle ground, and I felt a wave of nausea wash over me. The quiet way he sold us out was almost more insulting than if he had done it in the middle of the street. I waited until the public comment section and walked to the microphone, my hands shaking not from fear but from a focused white-hot rage. I didn't give my prepared speech about the environment. I simply asked the councilman if he could tell the room what was inside the yellow envelope he had just received in the hallway. The room went so quiet you could hear the hum of the overhead lights, and Henderson's face went from a healthy tan to a sickly grayish white. He tried to claim it was just campaign literature and that I was being disruptive, but I didn't stop. I pulled out my phone and held up the photo I had taken through the curtains, showing the developer's hand clearly passing him the package. The meeting erupted into total chaos as the neighbors I had worked with realized they had been betrayed by the man they trusted most. Henderson tried to gavel the meeting to a close and run out the back door, but the local news crew was already there to catch him in the parking lot. I didn't feel a sense of victory. I just felt a deep, hollow sadness for the park and for the people who had believed in a lie. I spent the next 48 hours giving statements to the police and the ethics committee, making sure that every detail of what I saw was documented. It was a long, exhausting week that changed the way I looked at my neighborhood forever. The development was canceled a month later after the developer was investigated for bribery, and Henderson resigned in disgrace before the official charges were even filed. I learned that trust is a fragile thing that can be sold for the price of an envelope, and that you have to be the one watching the shadows if you want to protect what you love. I am the head of the community board now, and I make sure that every meeting is recorded and every interaction with developers is handled in a public forum. I am doing